Tonight on Connecticut's news station, a mother is behind bars and a toddler is fighting for his life after falling from an apartment window. What we are learning about the incident, plus signs of child neglect anyone can watch out for. And gun violence from New Haven to Hartford, updates on a street race that turned dangerous and a shooting in the capital city that left 2 teens injured. Plus, farmers drowning in the aftermath of statewide flooding, one looking for a home for his cows, saying he just can't feed them after the devastating weather. And the top-ranked high school football player in the entire country is from right here in Connecticut. Fox 61 sports director got on the field with him to talk about football and his future.
Now at 10, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Carmen Chow. A beautiful day out there today, rounding out a sunny weekend. And across Connecticut, people were certainly getting out and enjoying it. Several of the state's popular parks and beaches were closed early on today after reaching capacity. DEP is reminding people before hitting the road to always check online and on social media to make sure the park has space. And if you don't want to worry about parking or capacity issues, there are a lot of trains and buses running to state parks from the beaches to the mountains, and many of them are free on specific days. And it was no surprise those parks and beaches were full today after all the rain we've been getting. But how long will the sunshine stick around before it rains again? Here's meteorologist Ryan Breton. Hi, Ryan.
Carmen, we needed a weekend like this. It has been a long time. In fact, you have to go back to Memorial Day weekend, May 27th and 28th, to have a Saturday and Sunday completely dry in the Hartford area. That is 8 wet weekends, or at least 8 weekends, including some rain in a row in the Hartford area. More than 11 inches of rain this month. It's already the wettest July on record. We have records going back to 1905 in the Hartford area. Fortunately, we didn't add anything to the bucket though over this weekend. Right now it's 74 in Hartford, still 80 degrees in New Haven, but outside of the cities it is more comfortable. 69 in Willimantic and Norwich, 68 in Torrington, and the dew points are also lower, especially in northwest Connecticut. But along the shoreline it is somewhat muggy, and this muggier air will be moving in during the day tomorrow. Tonight, nice and quiet across the state. There were a couple of showers in the Hudson Valley, but nothing to worry about for us, and we will remain dry through tonight, and most of the day tomorrow will be dry as well. Temperatures inland tonight lower to mid 60s, upper 60s to around 70 for low temperatures at the shoreline. Really nice morning tomorrow. It will be dry with a mix of sunshine and clouds. We get back into the mid 80s, and in the heating of the day there may be an isolated storm inland, but most of us likely staying dry. The rain chance is more likely to be higher to the farther north and west part of the state. Litchfield County in particular, a pop-up shower or storm possible tomorrow. We have some heat on the way later this week. It may feel like 100. I'll talk about when coming up.
Ryan, thank you. Just into the newsroom, New Haven police are investigating a stabbing at a soup kitchen on State Street. Officers found a man with multiple stab wounds just before 2 p.m. He's now being treated at Yale New Haven Hospital and is expected to survive. Police tell us they do have witnesses and surveillance footage. Anyone with information is asked to contact them immediately. 2 14-year-olds are in the hospital after being shot in Hartford. Police were alerted to shots fired just before 4 this morning on Westland Street. While they were investigating, they found out 2 victims had been brought to Connecticut Children's Medical Center suffering from gunshot wounds. Both are 14-year-old boys, not yet identified, but their injuries are said to be non-life-threatening. Police are still actively investigating and are asking anyone with any information to call police. In New Haven, someone was shot at a street race shortly before 2:30 this morning. Police say it all started when they arrived at Ella T. Grasso Boulevard and Printers Lane when they saw a street racing group disperse. Further investigation revealed that person shot was at Yale New Haven Hospital. A witness told police a fight broke out at the races and a man fired a gun in the middle of the road, striking the victim. Their injuries are non-life-threatening. The city, along with the rest of the state, has been trying to crack down on drag racing and street takeovers. The state has set up a tip line, so if you see any crowds gathering or illegal street groups, you can alert them and send photos and videos. Police say it's very important you don't take matters into your own hands and to call 911 and get out of the area, since, as we can see, these often get violent and dangerous. A 2-year-old boy remains in critical condition tonight as his mother is behind bars. 34-year-old Tabitha Frank is charged with 10 counts of risk of injury to a child after her son fell from a third-story apartment window yesterday afternoon. Fox 61's DeAndrea Turner joins us live in Hartford with more on this developing story. DeAndrea.
But Carmen, people in this neighborhood, they're hoping for a miracle tonight. They are saying that they really hope that this little boy makes it through, but police are saying that his survival rate is slim to none.
It was hard for me to fall asleep because the images were still in my head.
It's been a little over 24 hours since Jonathan Feliciano witnessed something that will be embedded in his memories.
I'm still in shock, I can still see everything that happened, running through my mind.
Remnants of the incident still in an alley where police say a 2-year-old little boy fell from a third-story window Saturday afternoon. Feliciano witnessed the fall and called 911. Now the child's mother, Tabitha Frank, has been arrested and charged with 10 counts of risk of injury to a child. There were 5 children under the age of 12 in the Capitol Street apartment alone.
That's expected. There's so many kids, you can't leave them home by themselves like that.
According to the police report, the apartment was in a deplorable and uninhabitable condition.
I would have never guessed. You hear about those things, but you never think that, it'll be just your neighbor.
According to the U.S. Department of Health and Services, neglect makes up of 78% of all cases of child abuse. Experts here in Connecticut tell me there are signs that you can look for if you feel a child is in danger.
I think for other signs of neglect for children, you could think about hygiene, a child that's just unkept, that's dirty, a child that's maybe wandering streets, neighborhoods, even asking for food. We hear about situations like that as well.
And right now, the rest of the children are in custody of DCF, and DCF has taken over this investigation. And as we told you, it is an ongoing and active investigation. In Hartford, DeAndrea Turner, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
DeAndrea, thank you. State police are asking for witnesses to come forward if you saw the crash on I-91 South in Wallingford. That took place around 2 a.m. today. Police say a motorcycle was behind a car when suddenly the motorcycle rear-ended the car. That is when the 2 people on the motorcycle were thrown into the road. The person driving the motorcycle died on the scene and has been identified as 29-year-old Jesse Barbosa Santiago of Willimantic. The passenger of the motorcycle has serious injuries and the driver of the car was not injured. A 21-year-old has life-threatening injuries after a car crash in Westbrook. It happened on Grove Beach Road around 5 Saturday night. The 21-year-old Matthew Sowers was flown to the hospital after colliding with the car. Police are still investigating what led to the crash. And in Norwalk, police have identified a man killed in a crash Friday night. 45-year-old Alvin Drive was riding a moped when he collided with an SUV at the intersection of Maple Street and Van Buren Avenue. He was hospitalized but later died. Police are searching for any witnesses who may have seen what happened. They tell us the person that was driving the SUV is cooperating with the investigation. Litchfield police are searching for a suspect who they say stole multiple medications from a CVS. Take a good look at your screen there. Police need help identifying this man. He was last seen at the CVS located on West Street Wednesday night and drove away in a blue sedan. If you know who this is or have any information, please contact Litchfield Police. And we have an update on the water main break in Waterbury that took place last Monday. Waterbury is estimating the repairs could be completed by this Wednesday, but there will be a better estimated date tomorrow. Watertown CSA customers may still see discolored water until the repairs are made. The water is safe to use and consume, but it is not recommended you use hot water. And we are learning East Hartford police are on Burnside Avenue right now investigating a shooting. And while we don't have any information just yet, we are working to learn more from police, and we will bring you updates as soon as we get them.